Harry,
Yes.
help me with something.
Yes,
The
man.
last time we were over here,
Mm.
didn't we never call out somebody and
Yes,
wondering
man.
if she's in the garden hiding?
Fayval in the garden, hiding, hiding, hiding. Fayval in the garden, hiding, hiding from Jamaica. Fayval, where are you? Fayval, where are you? Fayval, where are you? Fayval hiding from Jamaica. She come out, Ishmael. Ball out, ball out. She come out, she come out, Ishmael.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election.
What
Yes.
is this?
Let me read that article. I don't
Yes,
want.
please.
I'm going to read the article because the Gleaner said something very important. And you see, when we thought they believe that we're just giving trouble, you know.
I was
It
wondering if I was wondering if we cause it.
No,
Because
of course,
all
I
of a
have no
sudden,
doubt. Ladies
when
and gentlemen,
Mhm.
here is what the caption of the article is saying. While her cabinet colleagues have hugged the show, you know who are the huggers? Minister Vaz, Tough
Hey.
Tad. Those are the persons who hug the show. So
What
while
did
her
you say? Hug or hug?
hug because they're
Hug.
moving very huggish.
Hug.
So it's
Hug.
hug.
Okay.
So
hug.
while the cabinet colleagues have hugged the show, talking about everything from its economic impact to plans for recovery, Fayval Williams, the finance minister, has been peculiarly quiet in the month since Hurricane Melissa devastated Western Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have a finance minister who is silent when millions and millions and more millions of dollars are coming into the country. We don't know who is overseeing those processes. We don't know if she knows what is even happening. But I hear that Tuesday she's coming out, Ishmael.
Maybe she did have an infection in her throat. You know, people
I
catch
hope that's not the case.
tonsillitis.
I hope that's
You know.
not the case. I pray that's not the case because we want the Minister of Finance to speak up, give the country some
I wonder if
reassurance.
she could attack still. But
No, but
it
she has
seems
been
like
very
can
quiet.
talk.
She has been very from she give with the pro box math on all angles with Deion Jackson Miller. The government said no more finance minister, no more talking from you because you're embarrassed.
Thank God.
But we need the Minister of Finance to talk. Why, Ishmael? Ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, millions and millions and millions of dollars are coming into the country. Millions of dollars will be spent as well. Who is doing the maths? It's not Minister Darvaz who want to do the maths.
Hey!
Who is doing?
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We
This is the
Who
same
is
man
doing the
when
maths?
150 is how much 1.5 billion pan just bus.
1.4 on buses.
Not used bus. Second, third, fourth used old buses. No. If you can't
Listen.
talk, sign the presentation. I beg of you. Sign it.
Ishmael,
We
I've
have
said it
interpreters
before.
here. If you
I've
cannot talk, minister, sign the presentation.
Exactly.
I don't want the transport minister give me no figures again.
No more
Beg of
figures.
you.
No more figures. Ishmael, I've said it before. Miss Williams is not a politician. She's not. She's not a politician, right? But I know she's no dunce. She is no dunce, is a bright lady. So I am saying, Minister Fayval, don't allow your colleagues to cow you down. Come out and tell us how.
Perry, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. 1 + 1.
2.
Okay.
What she did say?
She said 70,000.
70,000.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
I would just say.
Don't pick up fear. I know of her background. She is.
Oh, you know of her background.
On paper, she's not dunce. She's
On
not
paper.
dunce on paper.
Okay.
But she
All
nah,
right,
give me
the
no
practical
confidence.
test again. We're
Yeah.
going to the practical test again.
Yeah.
How much we have box food?
$4,000 now.
How much we have pro box?
According to her, $70,000.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
You know,
No, man.
they've put a gag order on the Minister of Finance. No, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you guys something. Ishmael, I posted it on my status. You probably saw it. And I'm going to, remember, it says class we're keeping, and I'm going to talk more about this. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1968, Walter Rodney was banned from Jamaica, and the government at the time declared him persona non grata. This decision sparked widespread riots known as the Rodney riots. Why? Because the government was angered by his activism and advocacy for the working class, and they prevented him from re-entering the country after he attended a conference in Montreal. Ishmael, what administration was in power at the time?
The Jamaica
Labour Party, under the auspices of Prime Minister Hugh Shearer, banned Walter Rodney in October 1968.
So it looked like them
They like to ban people, muzzle people, shut up people, silence people. It is something that this political party is known for. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Fayval Williams is just one of them that they plan to silence.
The Jamaica Lack of People Mouth Party.
Yes. That is, I like that one. I like that one, Ishmael.
Yes, man. Can be.
They don't want anybody to talk.
Able to speak freely.
No.
And nobody not supposed to tell us that I'm going to go toe-to-toe with you if you talk. See there, Perry? Toe-to-toe.
That's exactly how he would look. That's exactly how he would look. Yes.
Toe-to-toe. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So just as how the Prime Minister back then in JLP banned Walter Rodney when he was advocating for the working class, this is how they plan to silence the people of Jamaica when they speak up. Ladies and gentlemen, this government is very serious what the government is doing. They don't want you to speak. They don't want you to advocate. They don't want you to oppose. They said they didn't need any opposition anyways, Ishmael. You remember when they said that?
Yes.
They never needed any opposition. So it is something.
Either we fire them or we make them go home because I don't know. I don't know. So maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same thing for Fayval. If you don't play by our rules, shut up.
No, but that is what is being communicated based on what I'm seeing. How can the second most powerful person in terms of governance in the country, Ishmael, I want persons to understand what we're saying tonight. I don't even want us to move off from this topic as yet. I want persons to understand what I'm saying. The Minister of Finance is one of the most important ministries in the country. Why? Because that's the ministry that handles the government's purse. And the Minister of Finance has been dangerously silent. We've been hearing figures thrown there. The Minister of Transport is the one doing calculations. And he did a miscalculation that he admitted. Yet, the Minister of Finance is silent. How can this be?
Hmm.
And you want to tell me that this government has it all together? I think not.
You know what else they don't have together? You know what else they don't have together? They don't have the, what is it called? The country in relation to where people should live after burial and where people should rest after they made their transition.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Nowhere for the living,
Mhm.
nowhere for the dead.
Mighty God.
Let me
Mighty,
see if I
mighty
can
God.
read that article again.
Mighty
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen, understand what is happening in this country.
So thousands of people are currently homeless and trying to rebuild. And at the same time, people who have made their transition from this life don't have a place of rest. Oh Lord.
Exactly. A Westmoreland family is caught between grief and survival in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. On Friday, as they gathered to lay their brother, Cleveland Wayne, affectionately called Gramps, to rest, they faced the agonizing reality that they cannot bring their 80-year-old mother, Miriam Campbell Jeffrey, home from Savalanamar Public General Hospital. Persons need to
Mighty.
understand what is happening in the country.
Mighty. Mighty.
Understand what is happening in this country.
Mighty.
It's not make-up story. It's not because as I said before, the labor rights, they learned a new word 2025.
What's that word?
The propaganda. That's the only word they seem to have in their vocabulary these days.
Misinformation.
And misinformation. If you don't agree with them, it's misinformation and propaganda. It's the word that they're flinging around. That's the only word they seem to know. But these are the lived realities of the people of Jamaica. It is not no propaganda. It's not no misinformation. This is what oh yes, and Daryl Vaz learned a new word recently, bad mind. Yeah, he learned that word too, bad mind. He learned that word. So people think it is make-up story. This is the reality of that the people are facing. Yet we don't have a budget that is touched as yet. Because I don't hear nobody saying anything about the budget that ADPEM don't touch as yet.
Oh, the monies.
Yes.
The monies.
The many
that would have been donated to the country.
Yes. Those figures are there in the organization, not being spent on the people. And persons want to tell me tonight that the government is doing their best. You want to really
withholding it though? I'm curious, why do they need to withhold?
They're saying you can't spend everything one time, Ishmael.
Who said that? Okay, fine.
Time.
Fiscal rules dictate that you can't spend everything one time. Nevertheless, there are people and there are ways that you can get these monies out, such as using it for what it was donated for.
Yes.
Don't wire the money. That's an accounting term. Don't wire the money to another account. Because in the FAA Act, if the money is supposed to be used for this, it has to be used for that.
Come on, Ishmael, talk up. Yes.
There are codes within the governance structure that are stipulated for particular things.
Yes.
21 for salaries, 22 for allowances, utilities, 28. I won't say anymore. So there are actually codes for whatever monies we use in government. So much so that every single time when something is donated, it ought to be accounted for and spent.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that it can't be spent this year.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean. So if it is, that's why I made the point recently. If it is that you intend to use the money to fund the budget, I'll say no more.
And it should
say no more.
spend the money on the people. Of course, you want you to spend properly. We're not saying
somebody knows it. Somebody know utilities is 24.
Yes.
There are codes.
Yes.
FAA Act stipulates that how the money should be spent and accounted for, which I'm going to go off the rail here. If it is that the Prime Minister says that the money should be accounted for, I agree with him. But that doesn't mean that people should die. That doesn't mean that people don't live anywhere. That doesn't mean that you should prioritize light over housing.
People, you say you're fixing light. So where the light are go shine? Huh?
Yep. At the business place, not the houses.
I cannot understand. I cannot understand this government, ladies and gentlemen. The more I read and I see what is happening in this country, is the more I simply cannot understand this government. I cannot understand what metric they're being guided by. I cannot understand the priorities or what they see as priority. You're going to tell me that it is better, it makes better sense for you to bypass the immediate need of the people, which is, what are the 5 basic needs? Shelter.
Yes.
Food, water.
Yes.
Clothing and something else, I believe. I don't see light in it. I don't see JPS in it. You don't need light is something, it's an amenity. Yes, you need it to run the economy. But the immediate need of the people is food, water, and shelter, clothing. Those things are very important. You've not addressed those things in any serious way. So how are you
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, so how are you going to move from food, shelter, water, and jump gun our electricity? That means, Ishmael, that the aim is to get the businesses up and running, not the people. If you're saying that there is light that is important to run the economy, you're not thinking about the people. And then I question the ideology of the JLP. They believe in building the country and then everything trickle down to the little man. I believe that if you build the people, the economy will grow. That is what I believe. Don't tell me about you're going to give businesses light and that eventually people will feel the effects of that. No. Get the people houses.
So how the people them are going to feel it when them know if you live?
How much of them have
when them now the money I spend? I broke into the place. A crime that I got raise. But then crime is considered, in my mind, crime is considered a business. So but we'll not go there. We won't go there.
They decide what and what is crime, Ishmael. Remember,
Yes, man.
There's a double standard in this country. If you don't have certain last name, if you don't have certain position in this country, you are susceptible to the full force of the law. We've seen Ruel Reid walking around like a free agent in the universe.
Like the man say he's a free agent, not
with his four fingers telling us that a fourth term is loading. Though there is overwhelming evidence. Labor rights say Perry, Ruel Reid for go prison. That's what labor rights tell me. Yet this government is very silent when it comes to corruption within their administration. It's a shame, it's a disgrace, and Jamaica cannot see better unless our government fall in line.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I'll add, it is interesting how the government considers economy to work, and that's why party and alignments are important, because people need to understand what it is to be a right of center party versus what it is to be a leftist party. These particular jargons are very important. So you need to understand what is important to some people versus what is important to others. Words like socialism, words like capitalism, you need to understand what these words mean in the grand scheme of things. Because if you don't, you're going to continue thinking that politics are foolishness, and everybody a thief. But some of them are thief, for true.
Of
You know,
course.
but nevertheless, you'll continue thinking like that until you understand it. And it's for that reason why one of these fine days, right, Perry, we're going to go through civic education and understanding how the governance structure work.
Stay tuned for more PDTV News evening highlights. Remember to show your support. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.